Hey, what is going on, guys? It's James Sedaris here, and I'm here to do another book summary or school event type thing. This probably will not be in the beginning of the classroom or on the front screen of the classroom, if even at all. So you probably won't hear this in the classroom. And I just wanted to say that the video that I am going to be doing is by the title is the Giver summary. And I'm going to try my best. Forgive me for mispronounced words or if I forget any type of grammar or parts in the book. And I just try my best. This is the first long book that I've actually done a summary on. Like I could trying to explain a summary of it. I have done a summary like where I've written down what kind of, but it's kind of like I'm doing YouTube here and I'm kind of explaining to you, which is kind of more nerve wracking than just writing it down on a piece of paper. So with that all being said, I hope that you do enjoy this video. And if I am in front of a classroom right now, hello guys, it's nice to see you all again. And you may be thinking of me as an awkward dude, and I appreciate it. And you may all think, what the heck is he doing? With that all being said, I hope you enjoy this video. First starts out where Jonas is, the town that Jonas is in sees a plane fly over, and it kind of frightens him. That was a year before the book actually starts, but so that kind of frightens him. But then, as the book progresses, we learn about his family and his friend Asher. Lily does have a sister and a mother and father. Um, they don't really they don't really have the biggest part in the book. Jonas is the protagonist, of course, and the first half or first all the way up to chapter 9ish is about Jonas being apprehensive about his selection when he turns 12. The Giver is a utopia dimension type book where everything is perfect, nothing is different. It's sameness basically. So the people cannot see color, and I'll get more into that later. But so basically, you get assigned or you get something special each year. You turn a higher number. So I don't remember all of them. I remember that either 8 or 7 was you get a jacket with buttons or a zipper or whatever, and when you're 9, you get your bicycle, and you also get community hours some point with 7 or 8. I still can't remember. I'm a bit messed up, but you get community. You have to work volunteer hours, and then at 12 you get assigned a job for the rest of your life. And so Jonas is apprehensive about that. But the Asher now is Jonas's best friend along with Fiona. And Asher shows type of irresponsibility for things. He's late to class for some parts, but Asher tends to come along. He's not as big of a part in the book as the book kind of carries on. Fiona isn't either, but so basically, Jonas, Fiona, and Asher in chapter 4, they're working in the uh, old home, which is like an elderly facility type thing. You know what they are. And so Jonas has to work with, or is working with, Asher and Fiona, and they work with the old and everything like that. But Jonas goes home, and if either that night or a few nights later, Jonas has stirrings. Stirrings are like having dreams about people that you like, and it's just it's weird. He has a dream where Fiona is like nakedish or whatever, and he's like nakedish. I'm not gonna get into much detail with that, but yeah. But it's kind of like a crush thing. Like, if you've ever had a crush, like you like someone, and then you probably think about them. I mean, we're all human. We probably all have had a crush. I've had a crush. I'm not gonna tell you who because that's private information, but I have. And if you do feel like telling me, then put that in the sections comments down below. Um, so anyway, let's carry on. So in chapter 8 is when he actually gets assigned his job, and so Asher gets assigned to be section 3 or something, and I can't remember what Fiona gets, but Jonas then gets assigned Receiver of Memory, which is the most honored job anyone in the community has, basically. And to be Receiver of Memory, you need 5 special talents, or not really talents, but you need 5 special credits or whatever towards yourself, and that is intelligence, integrity, courage, wisdom, and beyond. Seeing beyond capacity or whatever. It's that 5th one, but I may have got the words twisted up real quick. But they are also listed in numbers from when they were born, so they get called by their numbers, not by their actual names. Their names are just a name, but their number is what really matters. And so Jonas is skipped, though. Jonas was number 20, I think. I'm pretty sure it was 20. And so, yeah, Jonas is 20. He was skipped. And eventually they come back to him after they're all done, and the elder is like, I know I forgot something, and you all think I made a mistake. And then he comes up to the stage, and she says, Jonas was not selected, his heart sank, and then he gets assigned or selected to be Receiver of Memory. Now, throughout the book, later, Jonas has to begin his training. He is not allowed to tell anyone about his training, and he has 9 special rules, and I do not know all 9 special rules. I know a few. You may exempt rules, government rudeness, and then you may lie. You may not take medication for stuff in training or outside of training or something like that, and yeah, it's a big, I have the book with me, which probably should go get to be able to tell you the summary, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to try to do this all off my memory. But Jonas, after he reads all that, he goes to his first day of training, and he basically goes in, and everyone knows who he is, of course, and so he walks into the Giver's Room, which is one of the old Receiver of Memories. The Receiver of Memory before him failed. He was such a failure. Her name was Rosemary, and so the Giver kind of felt bad for giving her bad memories. The Giver kind of had to pass down memories to Jonas from back, memories that are passed down to each receiver. So Rosemary couldn't take it and kind of got signed up for a release. Release is something that you have when you're either old, when you're in trouble, or when you're very young. It could be a celebration or it could be a punishment. And yeah, that is release. I'm sorry, guys. My voice is a bit. You know what? I'll be right back. Okay. That was much better. Oh, excuse me. I should have grabbed my book while I was gone. But so basically, I was talking about release, I think. But anyway. So Jonas walks in, and the Giver has to share memories and everything. And so the first memory Jonas gets is a sled. And then later that chapter, or the chapter after that, he starts hanging out with Fiona and Asher again. And they're playing a game, and Jonas is like, oh, this is violent or whatever. And he begins to see Fiona's hair color. Or no, that's later in the book. Sorry. But he begins to feel different about Fiona, and he reports that back to the Giver, and the Giver gives him the sled memory again. Or first it's sunburn, I'm pretty sure. And then he gets a memory of sled again, and then he describes that he saw a different thing, and then the Giver starts talking about that he saw the color red. But Jonas gets a painful memory here and there. He gets the memory of war, he gets the memory of sunburn, he gets the memory of a rainbow to help him understand colors. He gets the memory of a sled. He gets the memory of love. And so basically, he goes to tell his parents one chapter, and he asks if they love him. And his parents reply saying, love is meaningless, and use precision language. Precision language is precise language, basically. And so you have to use exact language, and they said that love was meaningless. And so they then kind of tried to compare it to proud, that they're proud of him. And so that is kind of how they took it in that related sense. But so that is what they responded to him. So in my technical word, that they didn't love him, and they probably lie. So Jonas then finds out that his parents lie after he learns out you may lie, and then he starts thinking that his parents might lie. But that was the first lie that Jonas told to his parents. So that is where that goes. But as you move on to the book, Jonas and the Givers tend to hit a year, and I forgot that they kind of adapt to Gabriel, or Gabe for short, and that is their new son, or so-called what you want to call it, and that is he sleeps in Jonas's room with Jonas, and he is a young-ish person, or baby or thing, but so he becomes important throughout the book, and so after that happened in the beginning of the book, but so basically Jonas throughout the book, has a year worth of stuff with the Giver, and so he then starts to think of a plan, and then they start talking about Rosemary and why Rosemary did what she did and stuff like that. But then Jonas started thinking about elsewhere, which is kind of out of his community, and so after he thinks about that, he tries to leave, which he does. I don't know why I'm so tired, but he does successfully, and oh, my bad. So he does that successfully, and he kind of takes Gabe with him. He tries to convince the Giver, but as soon as he leaves, his memories begin to fade and begin to weaken, so he can't really begin to have memories. But Jonas, or the Giver, has a daughter. So that's why he chooses to stay back. And once you lose those memories, the memories go back to people. So he's kind of starting like a whole World War I with his community there. Well, they had war before, but, if you want to consider it a civil war or whatever because of bad memories, then that's what you consider it. And so it's a big, long process of him getting away. Basically breaks 3 rules. And so one of them's stealing food, and one of them's leaving his community. And so I think that, or along those lines it is. And so Jonas then decides that he's going to take Gabe with him because he learns that Gabe is going to be released. And Jonas does find out about release, and what they do, they technically kill the person. And so he doesn't want that to happen to Gabe. And so he grabs Gabe, and then they head out. And on their way out, they have to hide from planes, which are kind of like searching planes, or whatever. People search for them to make sure that they're not out. So they hide, and basically they continue after that, and then they get to experience weather, which is rain and snow, and the roads get bumpy here and there. There begins to be forests, and they then hit a really cold summit, if you want to call it, a hill with snow, and the hill is very cold, and they begin to starve. And Jonas is thinking back of when he was in school, or whenever he was told that not to use the word starve because it's not precision language. And so he's like, but now I'm starving. And he doesn't think about Gabe as much until he really sees him. Sorry, it sounds Gabe. The whole, the name for me. I think I'm pronouncing the whole name wrong. But so Gabe basically gets weak as well, and he doesn't realize it until maybe chapter 21, 22. And so he has to feed them or give them both warm memories to kind of heat them up, and they continue climbing up this hill. And so Jonas does sprain his ankle, so bad timing for him throughout his way there. And so basically he climbs up to the hill, and he begins to hear music. But the music or whatever to him seems like an echo, and kind of ends there. It doesn't really give a whole background or anything, and it's kind of just a weird. I personally don't like the ending, and I probably am forgetting a lot of things. A lot of things happen in the book, but that's one of the closest summaries I've ever done on a book. Yeah, I've actually never done a summary on a book. So, with that all being said, I would like to congratulate you all for watching. Or why did I say that? Thank you all for watching. And if you have enjoyed, please touch that like button. And make sure to subscribe and comment down below what your favorite part in the book is, what who your crush is, or what part I missed out in the summary of the book that was really important to you. So with that all being said, I am going to end this here, so I will talk to you later, and goodbye.